everybody to another episode of Straight Up No Chaser. I am your host, DJ Mike Genius, and I hope all my geniuses out there doing well. Hope y'all are staying indoors, self quarantining. Hope y'all are social distancing when you go out, making sure you got on your mask, wearing your gloves, making sure that this pandemic out here, this ain't no joke. This ain't nothing to
We
be
have a
played.
pandemic. Coronavirus is a pandemic.
But I will tell you who playing with it. That's the governor of Georgia. The governor of Georgia is about to uh, reopen Georgia. Basically, he's saying that he's going to start opening businesses up as of April the 24th. It's going to be opening up barber shops, nail salons, tattoo parlors, gyms, things like that. He's gonna open them up to the public. And I don't know how you plan on social distancing if you are getting your haircut, and I don't know how you social distance when you are in the hair salon or the nail salon. I don't know how you social distance with that. In me, I would not trust it. To me, this sounds like a big old setup because the type of businesses that he opened up caters directly to black people. Black people like going to get their nails done. They like going to the barber shop, and they like going to get their hair done. And I'm telling all my brothers and sisters out there, y'all be careful. Do not fall for the hype. If you ain't got to go out, don't go out. Leave that alone. Don't let Governor Kemp just pull you into some bullshit. Because I just got to tell you that it ain't looking good out there. It ain't looking good out there for us black people. Because we taking it on the chin on this one. Um, and it's very disturbing when you start looking at the numbers and you start looking at the data of what's actually going on. When you look at the state of Georgia, for instance, uh, African Americans, black people, black Americans, we make up 32% of the population, but we're 54% of the COVID deaths. Now you got to think about that. So that's why I say it's a setup. We 32% of the population in the state of Georgia, but we're also 54% of the COVID deaths. Those numbers don't add up. I mean, when you look at it like that, I mean, they have, I, I don't understand that. I don't understand how, how they plan on opening it up and how they plan on opening up these specific businesses. Because when you go to the barber may be feel well, you may feel well, but the person who cut you, the person that he cut hair before you, they may not feel good. They may not know they have it. They may be asymptomatic. They might not even know they have it. Go to the barber shop. Now they infect the barber. The barber is infected now. He has asymptomatic symptoms and he give it to you, and then you take it home to your family because you wanted a fresh fade. Fresh fade that's done killed your whole family. Or done got your whole family sick. I ain't gonna put death on your whole family, but your whole family might get sick just because you want a fresh fade. Or you wanted to get your acrylics. You wanted to get your acrylics right on your nails. You want to get your nails done and the French tips and all that stuff, and or the fresh manicure. And you just you done went in there and you done caught something from someone who's asymptomatic and just then came home and just infected your whole family. Just if you do not have to go out, do not go out. Do not believe the hype. Do not. Hey, you gone this long without a fresh fade? You can go a little bit longer, ladies. Your hair ain't been done, your nails ain't been done for this long. Just hold on a little bit longer. Let this all play out. If you ain't got to go out now, some people I know you got to go out. I know you got to go out because you got jobs and you got things like that, and you got to provide. And I totally understand that. But if you ain't got to go out, you might want to just hold off. You might have to let them little luxuries go, because it ain't no joke. And Georgia is not the only state or the only area that has this big disparaging. These numbers are just where the numbers are just affecting black community, well, the numbers just don't make sense. They're just affecting the black community more than they're affecting any other. And the numbers are when you start looking at the numbers are very they're very disturbing. Just I mean, this is what it is. When you look at like Milwaukee County in Wisconsin, black people make up 26% of the population, but they're 73% of the COVID deaths. Now think about that. You have an area where the black population is 26% of the population, 26%, but 73% of the deaths. That how does that work? I mean, how does that make up? And I know a lot of people are going to do this thing where they will say that maybe there wasn't social distancing, maybe they wasn't paying attention to was it maybe they wasn't self quarantining themselves, maybe they want to put the blame on the victim, and this isn't to me it doesn't seem like it's victim blaming because basically there are other concentrations of people with underlying medical conditions. There are other concentrations of people who are not adhering to the self quarantine and the social distancing. So to put it on this segment and say it's all on the victims, it is a little short sighted and it's not really looking at the overall picture of what's actually going on. You look at Chicago, which is 32% of the which blacks are 32% of the population, but yet they're 67% of the COVID deaths. You look at DC, the numbers aren't as bad, but there's still an issue there. Where black people are 46% of the population, but 58% of the COVID deaths. You look at Louisiana, where black people are 32% of the population, but they're 70% of the COVID deaths. Now you're going to tell me now these when you look at it, Milwaukee, Chicago, DC, and even in Michigan, when you look at Michigan, they're 14% of the population and 41% of the deaths. That's mind-boggling by itself. But when you look at all these different areas and you start to think about this in a just think about it in the terms of the where these locations are. So you're going to say that the people in Milwaukee, the people in Michigan, the people in DC, the people in Louisiana, all of these people are doing the same thing. None of these people are. I can see if you look at one particular area and you say that, well, these people in this area are not adhering to self quarantine. They're not adhering to social distancing. They're not. They have these underlying conditions. But you have Michigan, you have Chicago, you have Louisiana, you have DC. These are all over the map. These are not in one concentrated area. So what what's going on? Do black people have underlying conditions? Yes, we do. We have a higher percentage of our population has high blood pressure, has hypertension, high blood pressure, um, diabetes, and all of that. But should the numbers be this far, as far as the deaths are concerned, should the deaths be that far off? Um, th- there's some things going on. We basically we need to take a look at this. But until we now know specifically what's going on, because like I said, this is a pandemic that no one has actually really witnessed or been a part of in our lifetime. But until we do that, people in the state of Georgia that where they're talking about reopening and opening up barbershops and nail salons and things like that, be careful. Do not believe the hype. I do think it's a setup. I do think that they are trying to see what's going to happen. Basically, they're trying to see what's going to happen. How many people are going to die? How many people are going to get sick? How many people are going to die? They don't care about the people that are getting sick. They're looking at the numbers right now. They're saying, okay, if we open it back up, what's the collateral damage? And that's what Georgia's doing right now. And a lot of other mayors and a lot of other governors around the nation are trying to figure out ways to open back up their cities and states. And I'm telling you, if you don't have to go out, don't go out, and because these numbers are very disturbing and they're affecting one portion of the population more than they're affecting any other. Basically, if you are black and in America, you're risking your life every time you go out. And if you don't have to go out, don't do it.
Parents, can you fucking get your kids out from the street? It's fucking annoying. Some of you motherfuckers, you have your kids out there, and it's fucking 9 p.m. I just cannot understand what the fuck is wrong with some of you. For God's sake, some of your kids are there, they are catching disease. Some of your kids are there, they are distributing the disease. You fucking need to go get your kid. You know, grab their nuts, grab their dick and twist that nuts. You understand? It's fucking annoying. We have thousands of doctors that are dying for us today. Doctors are sacrificing their life. We have nurses who are dying for us today. Okay? So so some of you motherfuckers, your kids are fucking at the park. It's 9 p.m. Some of you motherfuckers, you're having your kids are out there at the beach. They're fucking enjoying it.
Careful, coronavirus, shit is real. Shit is real. Next, saw a Breakfast Club interview. Lil Boosie and on the Breakfast Club, and Lil Boosie had a couple of things to say. Let's check this out.
Show too, my homegirl Sasha.
Man, my reality show so funny. Man, my reality show so funny, bro. I just went stupid. Charlamagne, I went stupid. You gotta tune in. I went stupid, bro. I'm just chopping it right now because of the Dwayne Wade shit. A lot of programs bagged up. A lot of sponsors and shit like that. You know how that go. So let me make this clear. I have nothing against no gay people. I got gay people in my family. I got my tour manager gay. They flipped it on me, Charlamagne. They flipped it on me. You know what they do to my words.
Why you was mind? You should have been minding them people's business, Boosie.
Should have did like my mama told me. I should have did like my mama told me. Mind my fucking business.
That's right.
Do you regret it? Do you regret it at all?
She just kind of fucking with my money, but I meant everything I said, and I say it again.
No, you won't.
I will say it again. We cannot let children be born.
Stop, Boosie, stop. Because listen,
we cannot. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
That's all I'm gonna say. Kill it.
I can't
Kill
let
it,
you do
Charlamagne.
that. Listen, yes, right.
Kill it. I just say we cannot let children be grown. Kill it.
There you go. Can't let children be grown. I agree with that.
Kill it.
Now, Boosie, what if somebody had an opinion about your children? How would you feel? If somebody got online and had something to say about your kids and the way you raise your kids?
That's just how they feel. My mama said the same thing. You smoke weed in the room around your kids. Sure do. I ain't gonna lie about that. I've been smoking weed since I got up from the house. When they was 1 year old. When they was 1 day old, they smelled it. So how can I talk about people? But I said what I said, and I really meant it, Charlamagne. I really did.
You can't double down.
I just dropped a song on the album called Who Am I to Judge? With all the shit I done did. But I judge, and that's how I feel about that situation, strongly.
But you know, that comes with the territory. When you're an outspoken person, you know, people will love you for that, but then they'll hate you for that too.
They'll drag your ass, bro.
Did you ever feel like you needed to apologize to the Wade family?
Nah. They already tried to do that. They was trying to hook up some shit with a meeting with they say Jay-Z was gonna get him on the phone and all that shit. I need to apologize to save this and save that I got coming up. They gonna, hey, tell Jay-Z I don't want to talk. Yeah, I'm not apologizing for shit. I don't give a fucking Jesus calling to me.
So Lil Boosie basically made some comments last year about Dwayne Wade's child. Dwayne Wade came out and said that he has a transgender child. Why did Dwayne Wade, feel the need to tell America that he has a transgender child? I don't know, because that's none of our business. But he came out and he said he had a transgender child, and Lil Boosie had a couple things to say, like this.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
And I agree with Lil Boosie. Don't cut the don't cut the man little pee-wee off. Don't cut this little peck off. Don't cut his dick off, Dwayne Wade. But a lot of people had a lot of things to say about Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie could not say the things that he said if Dwayne Wade had not came out and told everybody his family business. Now, do I agree with Dwayne? Do I agree with how? I don't agree with how he's handling the situation. That situation should be handled in-house. Do I have an opinion about the child and what the child's going through? Absolutely not. But how Dwayne Wade choose to parade his transgender child in front of the media and basically make him a story. When you make a child a story, be prepared for some people to have some strong opinions, especially when you're talking about a 12-year-old child, 12, 13-year-old child making a grown-up decision. This child has not hit puberty yet, and you're trying to tell me that he is ready to make a grown man decision or a grown woman decision or an adult decision. This child is not ready. You can't drink until you are 21. You can't drive in certain states until you're 16. You can't enlist in the army until you're 18. But you're going to tell me that you can make this gender decision, which is a life decision. You can make a gender decision at the age of 12. And he told me, he didn't tell me, but I read that Dwayne Wade said that his child said that he knew that since the age of 3, which I call bullshit on that. Age of 3, kids don't know shit. Kids don't know nothing at the age of 12. Age of 3, kids barely even know they alive. They only been living for 3 years. They don't even know they alive. Some kids still shitting on themselves. So you got a kid that's basically trying not to shit on himself, pee on himself, all this, but he knows something about his sexuality and what kind of sex he don't even know if he a boy or a girl yet. He don't even know if how is he gonna know definitively what he is at the age of 3 when he don't even know how to wipe himself good. He ain't even wipe. He still got skid mark drawers, and you're gonna tell me he know what gender he is. Now, come on now. Let's get real. Let's just take a moment and just kind of think this thing through. This child is 12 years old. This child is going through some things, and his parents don't need to put him on any talk show. They don't need to go on talk show to talk about it. Why do Dwayne Wade feel the need to talk about his child on the Ellen show? Go on the Ellen show and that's not Ellen business, and that's not Ellen's audience's business. That's something you keep in the house because that's not your story. That is the child's story, and the child needs to tell that story when he gets age appropriate, one, and two, when he wants to tell his own story, the way he wants to tell it, not the way you want to tell it. That was to me, that was just irresponsible. And so when someone like Lil Boosie come out and say, "Hey, don't cut his dick off," then hey, you can't sit up here and get mad at Lil Boosie. You don't want to put him out there. You want to put your child out there for that criticism. And when you put your child out there for that criticism, then guess what? You're gonna get reap the repercussions. And then on the Breakfast Club, Lil Boosie said that Jay-Z was trying to set up some type of meeting or conference call where he was gonna apologize, where he wanted Lil Boosie to apologize to D Wade. That's not a Jay-Z's business. Jay-Z needs to take care of his own business and stay out of them two folks' business. What is business with Jay-Z? What Jay-Z got to do with anything? Jay-Z, that don't make sense to me either. Jay-Z, you keep your business over here. You get worried about your family. D Wade, stop parading your kids around. And if you take care of your business in the house, then you ain't got to worry about nobody talking about your child. You ain't got nobody about nobody having no issue with your child and nothing like that. I ain't saying you have to keep it a secret, and I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you don't have to go on a talk show just because somebody asks you, just because you, I don't even know, just because you want some publicity, you want to get in the headlines, you want to get this support from a specific community, and you feel like that's going to lift up your profile or your lift up your fame, or he's going to prop you up in some certain type of way, and you're going to be the poster parents of this of a generation, and you're doing that on the back of your child. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense, and it's very irresponsible, and it lets me. I mean, you know, just because you are a great basketball player doesn't mean that you make great parenting decisions. Basketball player, you're great, you good, and I'm not criticizing you on your total parenting skills. I'm just saying that this was a misstep in your parenting path because I don't know, I don't understand that, but anyway, um, that's it. Short show. Just wanted to get those two things out of the way. We're going to have another show next week, and we're going to kind of dig deep into the causes of these coronavirus numbers. We're going to go into talking about has the leadership actually failed us in the Black community. So basically, be on the lookout for the next episode of Straight Up No Chaser, because I do think that this, when we start looking at these numbers and we start looking at um, the Black community and the leadership in the Black community, there's some trends that have been going on, and we need to address them. We need to make sure that we don't go into this next election cycle the same way. So we're going to talk about some of those things. So stay tuned for the next episode. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. When you like it, it costs nothing. If you subscribe, it costs nothing. And if you comment, it costs nothing. You just comment. Subscribe, and just let me know. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. Let me know if I'm doing a terrible job. Do the likes, do the dislikes, whatever the case may be. But anyway, that's all I got. Be on the lookout. Oh, next episode, be on the lookout. I got some new things on the. I got some new stuff. I'm gonna unleash on y'all. Unleash this new whatever. It's a surprise. So stay tuned for the next episode. Again, thank you for tuning in.